What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, we have some breaking news for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. That's right, we have a brand new 7-star raid, and that's gonna be Rock Tera type CHESNUGHT. I'm so glad I called this because I am absolutely ready to go on this brand new Pokemon. And of course, if you're new to the channel or enjoy my type of content, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it, and consider joining the Pan fam today by hitting that join member button below. So once again, we have another 7-star raid, and this time it's gonna be the grass starter CHESNUGHT, which is now gonna be a Rock Tera typing, and it's gonna be running from May 12th to May 14th, and then a week later from May 19th to May 21st. So May 12th on the East Coast US time is actually going to be 8 p.m. this Thursday. So if you are in the United States, it will be this Thursday for us at 8 p.m. So keep that in mind. So once again, it's going to have the mightiest mark. It's probably going to drop some irons for its vitamin because CHESNUGHT has a really good physical defense stat. It's a very defensive Pokemon in general. And like always, you're only going to be able to catch this once. However, once you do catch it, you will be able to breed for the shiny Chespin. So if you want to add the shiny to your collection, highly recommend going forward with that. I mean, looking at the shiny is a beautiful shiny for Chespin. And then for Quilladin, I actually like the shiny as well. And then CHESNUGHT shiny is my personal favorite of 3. I really like the green and the like dark red maroon color on it overall. It's a really nice color. I like the green instead of like that tan vanilla color on its shell overall. So let's break down CHESNUGHT as a Pokemon. Now, CHESNUGHT is normally a grass and fighting type Pokemon, meaning it's going to have a pretty decent amount of grass and fighting type moves overall. And of course, every 7-star raid Pokemon has their hidden ability, and CHESNUGHT has a pretty solid hidden ability in my opinion, which is the ability Bulletproof. If you didn't know, Bulletproof makes the Pokemon immune to ball and bomb moves. So funny enough, we cannot use Acid Spray at all on CHESNUGHT. So do not try to lower its special defense with Acid Spray, as CHESNUGHT will be immune to that. And because it is Rock Tera type, I'm sure some people are thinking, oh, maybe we could use Aura Sphere. Well, you're not using Aura Sphere against that thing at all, so don't try to hit it with an Aura Sphere or a Focus Blast, or an Energy Ball, or a Gyro Ball in general, and all these other moves as well. They're probably not as good against it, but your Seed Bomb is another pretty solid one that you probably use against it because it is a rock type. So the most important thing is no Acid Spray for sure. That's going to be absolutely massive for the strategies I'll be showcasing in future videos, because Acid Spray is the best move in the game for raid fights, and the fact that it is immune to it means we got a couple of problems, but I think we can actually solve them. So because it is a Rock Tera typing, it has a lot of good weaknesses that we can exploit here. I mean, it is going to be weak to water. It is going to be weak to grass. It is going to be weak to fighting. It is going to be weak to steel, and it's going to be weak to ground. Now, the grass typing that it naturally has is going to cover a lot of those. So we're going to have to keep that in mind when we start building Pokemon. But you know, we can definitely exploit it in some different ways, and I'm feeling steel types for sure. Now, CHESNUGHT has some pretty bulky stats. I mean, 88 HP combined with 122 defense means we should not be hitting this thing on the physical side. I will probably not be really recommending physical attackers for this outside of the usual suspects, just because it's really not worth it. Sure, you could do super effective damage against it, but 88 HP with 122 defense is going to be very bulky, and that's going to be definitely a problem for us. Now, it has 107 attack, which is very respectable as well, so it's going to hit us decently hard. And assuming that it does have grass fighting and rock type moves, that's a really good set of moves to have stab on, so we're going to have to watch out for a good set of series of moves that can be pretty threatening to us in general. Now, its special attack stat 74 is going to be so pitiful, especially compared to the 107. They're going to say it's probably not going to have any special attacking moves. And if it does have any special attacking moves, we're going to count that as a blessing, because that means it's not going to do a lot of damage to us, and we don't really care about that in general. 75 defense with 88 HP is like not that great overall on the special side, but we can definitely exploit this. We're going to hit him with special attackers for sure. Honestly, like, this is how we can potentially even one-shot him and beat him one turn, is by hitting him on the special defensive side. And because he's rock type, he has so many weaknesses that we can exploit. It's going to be pretty good overall. And now the best thing is he's really slow. 64 speed means a lot of things can outspeed him, which means we don't really have to worry about him, you know, pretty much just outspeeding, destroying us. It's going to allow us to have more flexibility for planning and different setups. So I actually predict that CHESNAUGHT's going to be one of the easiest raids, if not the easiest 7-star raid yet, especially because that rock typing is so terrible on the defensive side. Now, when we look at the move set here, we're only going to really be looking at the physical moves and the status moves, right? Because any special moves, I don't think is going to actually really have. So looking at moves that it learns by level up, Hammer Arm is probably a really good one that I can have. It makes a lot of sense. It's 100 damage, lower speed, doesn't care about lowering speed in general. So that could be one. Could learn Rollout, but that's a pretty it's pretty bad. It's a pretty bad rock move. I don't think it's going to be that. Seed Bomb. Now, there's a high chance it could learn Seed Bomb because it is a grass type attacker. It does learn it by level up. Makes a lot of sense to have Seed Bomb. So Hammer Arm and Seed Bomb right now, what I'm feeling. Wood Hammer is definitely better, but I don't think we've seen a raid boss from the 7 stars use a recoil move yet. If it has Wood Hammer, that's going to be absolutely devastating. So we're going to hope it does use Seed Bomb over Wood Hammer for sure. Because, yeah, Wood Hammer is going to definitely be a problematic move for a lot of things. So it could really either be Seed Bomb or Wood Hammer. I'm just leaning a little bit towards Seed Bomb because these raids never always have the worst possible outcomes for moves. And then looking at the status moves here that it learns by level up, I think Bulk Up is going to be probably the highest chance out of these 4 right here. Could do Leech Seed as well, which would be really annoying too. Now, it does have a signature move, Spiky Shield. I think it's going to get Spiky Shield on this moveset. So Spiky Shield is essentially Protect. It's Grass type Protect. But if you do hit it with a physical move, you take damage. So that is something we're going to have to watch out for, which is another reason why I don't like physical attackers here, because Spiky Shield damage is going to do a lot to us and has such massive defense and HP that it's going to be really hard to break it on the physical side. So I just do not recommend that. Now, egg moves. I think the only egg moves they could possibly have, I mean, it could have Curse. Curse is like, as essentially is exactly the same as Bulk Up because it's not a ghost type. But Bulk Up just ends up being better, and Bulk Up is the fighting type version of it. So, yeah, I think it'll have Bulk Up instead of Curse for sure. Won't have Belly Drum. It could have Spikes, just because, like, CHESNUGHT flavor-wise is a very spiky Pokemon. Like, Spiky Shield has spikes on his back. It could set up a layer of spikes on turn 0. So that could be its turn 0 move. Like, turn 0, it sets up a layer of spikes, and maybe it sets up, like, a Bulk Up or, like, a Swords Dance. Like, that could be where we're looking with that. Now at the TMs, there's a lot of moves. Close Combat, obviously better than Hammer Arm, obviously, but it does lower its defenses. So maybe it could run Close Combat. We'll see. We don't know for sure. That's definitely a possibility, though. Stone Edge is probably the rock type move is going to be running, or it's going to be Rock Slide. However, I do think it's going to be Stone Edge because Rock Slide doesn't get a lot. I mean, that Rock Slide accuracy is a little bit better, but it does less damage. And because CHESNUGHT's so slow, it's not going to be getting any flinches on people. So I really do think it's probably going to be Stone Edge on this moveset. Now, Earthquake is another devastating mood. And, like, straight up, I could, like, the worst case scenarios, we see, like, Wood Hammer, Close Combat, Stone Edge, Earthquake with, like, Bulk Up or Swords Dance. That would be absolutely terrifying. But this thing has a phenomenal list of physical attacking moves on the TM chart. Like, Crunch is really good against those ghost types that could try to get in there, too. Stomping Tantrum is a possibility. It's worse Earthquake, but, you know, it's a possibility, too. Poison Jab, Dragon Claw, Drain Punch right at HP. Thunder Punch actually could be viable on this thing just because it could use this to beat the water types that would come in. So we're going to have to keep that in mind. But it also has Seed Bomb, so it doesn't really need to do Thunder Punch. So maybe it won't have that. But just keep in mind, like, this has a pretty awesome physical moveset that we're going to have to really respect. Brick Break's another move, so we put up screens. It could break down the screens. Bullet Seed, I probably don't see Bullet Seed. Shadow Claw, high crit rate. Zen Headbutt can flinch. Oh man, there's just so many aerial A's. Like, it's pretty crazy. I mean, Trailblaze to increase its speed, which can make it a little bit scary too. And then at the special moves, the only things that really stick out to me is like probably like Leaf Storm and Focus Blast, Giga Drain, Energy Ball. Now looking at the moves down here, what moves could it learn? Well, good things. One, there's no miss, so no memes from Inteleon. Also, there's no Sandstorm, so he can't set up a Sandstorm and boost his special defense. That's actually massive. He can put up the rain or the sun, but that's not going to really matter too much in this case. It can actually really only help us in general, in my opinion. Now, Bulk Up and Sword Stance are probably the two I'm leaning most towards here. It could learn Taunt, but it's a slow Pokemon, so having Taunt isn't going to really matter. I guess it could Taunt us on turn 0. That's the only threat there. Iron Defense, because it has such a massive defense stat, it could further increase it, but I also think Bulk Up would just be ran over Iron Defense because it does increase the defense and the physical attack too. Scary Face, I just don't see. Maybe Reflect, but I just don't see it running that either. So right now, I'm really thinking Sword Stance, Spikes, and Bulk Up as the status moves. I think 0 special moves, and it's definitely going to have a Grass type move, a Fighting type move, a Rock type move, and some sort of coverage move. Maybe like Earthquake for the Steel types that could be coming in. So maybe like Seed Bomb or Wood Hammer, Close Combat or Hammer Arm, Stone Edge or Rock Slide, and then Earthquake or Stomping Tantrum. So I'm thinking probably Golden Goat has a one-shot turn on this, which I'll definitely be covering in a future video, and definitely some other strats as well. Look out for my next video that I'll be posting soon. This is going to have all the Pokemon that you should build for this raid to make it as easy as possible. Well, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out, and have a great one.